As usual, for this session, I've invited John, who I worked with a few sessions ago. I term it as learning from learning partners. So everyone has a lot to contribute. So I'm really excited. We can get started, John. I'm very excited to see you, and thank you so much for joining today. How are you? How is life?
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Life is okay here. I think we're just getting a little bit relaxed. I think we had a bit of a political situation here. We had elections,
Right.
presidential elections just last week, which were concluded within the week, and we should be inaugurating a new president Tuesday this coming week.
Right. Congratulations then.
Thank you.
John, so let's dive into this. Before I ask you any specifics about the SCS, please, for the benefit of all the members here and anyone who'd watch, give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Okay, my name's John Kapeya. I am a chartered accountant, a member of CIMA as well, an associate member. Currently, I work for BDO Zambia as audit supervisor. BDO is a member of BDO International, which is the fifth largest audit and accounting firm in the world.
So, how is your history with CIMA? How did you like your educational journey? Can you tell us how you ended up considering and getting into CIMA?
So initially, I started my studies with what we call Zika here. It's more of a professional qualification, an accounting professional qualification that is provided by our local regulatory body for accountants, the Zambia Institute of Chartered Accountants. Yeah, so I did Zika from 2012 until about 2015 when I completed. Yes, after that, I started working, practicing in real life, and then I decided to then up my qualification and more diverted into CA, which is Chartered Accountants,
Right.
still a Zambian program. Yeah, but that was in 2019. Then
Right.
in 2020, I just I wanted to now just get into a global brand, the CGMA and the prestige that it comes with. So I saw an opportunity by CIMA where they were awarding exemptions and all that. And so I just took it as an opportunity to then just do the SCS and be part of the CIMA program. And that was in 2020 when I came to you.
That route just led you to CIMA, being someone who is globally recognized, someone who can carry that brand that motivated you. So overall, now you said that you got exemptions and you directly came into this with all that background that you had. But CIMA is, I'm sure you would have researched, and CIMA is its own thing. It has its own very unique nature to it. So didn't you feel any kind of anxiety, or didn't you feel that this was going to be a challenge?
Well, I think the first time I actually looked at CIMA material, I thought it was different from everything else that I was looking at. I think it was a bit more practical, and I had never written an exam where I get to receive a case study way before the exam date, and I had to align myself and my thinking towards that pre-seen material and get to apply it in an exam situation. So that for me was it was different. I kind of brought a bit of some excitement, and it was also a challenge at the same time because I knew I had to focus on that alone and just be open-minded and expect anything.
Nice. So focused, be open-minded, and expect anything. So those are like terms that really catch my attention. Is that your normal attitude and normal approach to life in general?
I would say so. Being an auditor, I think it's also just another part of me where you get to be open-minded with everything that you do and just learn to question everything and
Right.
expect anything from anywhere. So that's pretty much how it is.
That and that really helps when it comes to the SCS, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I think it kind of prepares you to expect anything because you don't know in what angle the question is going to come from, but you do know that it's going to be around your pre-scene, and you have no idea which area is going to be tackled and all that. So it kind of helps you prepare and just be able to keep your cool and when you get to see the actual questions and all.
Very, very impressive, John. So how did you come across me? this SCS with AZB, this program that I'm designing, and just because at the time I was just deploying it outside the country, I was just getting it out. So you were one of the first members, I think, to come across my work.
So for me, we started when I started doing the CIMA program. So it was all about me trying to find people that are doing the same thing, so that maybe we can collaborate and come together and just put ideas together and all that. So we created a WhatsApp group with different people from different places, but mostly we're within my country in Zambia. Yeah. So I think one of the members, I think, yeah, his name is Charles.
Charles,
So
yes.
he introduced us. Yes, yes. So he introduced us to you already. He said there was Azman here, and he offers tuition in SCS. And so I think we were invited to a session of yours. Yes, but
Yes.
having experienced that, I think it was eye-opening for me. I got different insights and perspectives or way of looking at things, if you can put it at that. So, and obviously, I think I did get what I expected, because I managed to successfully pass my SCS exam on first attempt, I'm happy to say. And I think what I liked the most about your approach was that you actually made sure that your students actually understood the theory part in detail, because that's going to be critical when you're then applying it to your question.
So that's good. So theory. Now you were someone who came from exemptions, and you might have learned some of these things, some of these topics under your Zika and chartered accountancy. But how is the theory different? And after, not purely because you learned theory from me, or like we work together on that, but after having done the exam, how important do you think knowing the theoretical content is when it comes to the SCS?
I think it's critical, because you then get to apply all those principles in not just SCS, but in other areas of your life as well.
Right.
I watched your session earlier. I think when I joined, you were talking about strategy, and you're relating it to a real life situation. I think you get to apply all these principles that you learn in SCS theories in all areas, not just the SCS exam.
Pretty much.
So I think it's kind of important. Yeah.
Right. So that brings me to the mocks and the overall writing practice and the writing coaching that we usually do, and generally that I kind of motivate and encourage everyone to do. So in your opinion, is practicing mock exams, is it important? And how important do you think writing or practicing writing is when it comes to the SCS?
Writing mocks, I think, is critical, and it's really, really important. And I can't emphasize enough on how important it really is, because I think practicing mocks, personally, I would say it was pivotal in my exam preparation, because practicing exam standard mocks kind of gives you that feel of the actual exam and how it's going to be, and kind of helps you also to manage your time, which is critical in an SCS exam, because you have a clock that's counting down on you, and then you also get to learn how you can now put your thoughts and practice how to answer exam type questions in a timed scenario. So I think practicing mocks is very, very important.
Right, John. So would you say that walking into the exam, um, let's compare two people, right? One person who has practiced mocks, maybe at least one or two, compared to a person who hasn't done mocks. Do you think that there are different advantage levels?
Yes, very, very different. I would say they are very different because a person that has been practicing mock exams will actually become and composed, and they will know just how to start structuring their answer right there and then in an exam type scenario, because it comes with a lot of pressure, not just that feel of being in an exam room. I think it comes with a lot of pressure, and if you have done mock exams, I think it kind of helps you to at least keep your cool and be able to just bring out your thoughts.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, John, so you know how feedback works with me. So, just a touch on that. So, you know, you wrote plenty of mocks. We looked at additional mocks as well, and you know how the feedback process works. So, what is your general sense about the feedback? How important is feedback, and how, more importantly, how important is the quality of feedback? Was my feedback helpful?
Yes, your feedback, I think it kind of it directed me in the right direction. So there are times when you would bring out an answer and you think it's sufficient enough for to get full marks in an SCS exam, and I think the feedback that I got kind of also helped shape me in the way that I answer my questions and the way that I bring out high quality points. I think without feedback, you would just think everything that you're doing is all right. But your feedback in particular, I think it kind of helped me sharpen my skills in areas where I was lacking. So I
So,
think if you, yes,
uh,
please go ahead.
that along that lines, John, so would you say that as you progressed from mock 1 to mock 2 to mock 3 to mock 4, that along with the feedback and the self review and all that, that you were improving and you got to where you wanted to be? How was that that, you know, kind of development?
Definitely, because I think if on the first day when I took up one of your mocks, I wouldn't say I was confident at all.
Right.
So even I think the nature of the answers that I gave out probably on my first mock are way different from the types of answers that I would probably have given out on your third, fourth, or even fifth mock. Because I know I also took additional mock exams with you. So I think the feedback is what helped build me and give me a lot of confidence going forward. Even the time I was going to sit for my exam, I think I was confident that I think my answers are of a certain standard and I should be able to do just fine in a real life exam scenario.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I have the mocks, and just even looking at them brings good memories. A remarkable growth, a remarkable improvement. So you, from what I understood with your experience and all that you laid out, you're a decent writer. You know, if I actually go further, I would say that you're a brilliant writer. You're an excellent writer. Now, now for those of them who have, you know, that kind of writing skills, do you think it's good to just go into the exam with that confidence of I'm a good writer, or do you think it's good to, like, what did you do? Did you hold back and just relook at how you need to cater your writing skills to this particular exam? How did that go? How did you deal with the confidence of being a good writer?
Okay, so even if you may be a good writer, as you put it, I think it's very important to take up the mocks because it also helps you maybe just sharpen the way you structure your answers. And I think most importantly, also when it comes to planning your answers, because you don't just dive into the writing, you have to come up with a certain structure in which you present your work. Because now you are thinking high level, you are reporting to high level people in a company, and even the way you actually structure your answers or responses to these I know most of them are in email form. Yeah. So even the way that you structure your answer, it should be a really thoughtful process, and you should also bring in all different aspects of your theory and other items that you've picked up from your CIMA studies up to date. Yeah, so I think practicing mocks is really critical. A good writer or no good writer, because it kind of also helps you to gain that confidence and the momentum building up to the exam.
Right. Definitely. So
Yeah.
so you just use it, you channel all that energy and confidence in a very grounded, but also something that really gets you to think about what the examiner wants also. So you pull it all together.
Yes.
Now, when you got the pass result, because we are just a week away from the exam, and there are a bunch of members here will be watching later also, with that sort of anticipation. Now they are currently just waiting for exam day to arrive. But I always tell them, but like I have no doubt in their ability to pass. Just take us through how was the exam results day? How did it go? When when how was that day? How was getting the pass result and all that?
Azman, when it comes to results, I would say you are never ready to receive the news.
Right.
And on the day when they're being released, I think a few of my friends couldn't even sleep. And
Right.
even I struggled to sleep, really. And when I finally got some sleep, I woke up, it was 2 in the morning.
Okay.
And the first thing on my mind was results are there. I just need to go and check.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So upon checking, this is around 2 in the morning. I don't know. I was just blown away. I was like, wow, I couldn't explain it. And there was a lot of mixed emotions. There was relief, there was joy, and it's almost a year later now, and I still feel excited about that day because I think that news really put out a lot of emotions from me.
Definitely. Definitely. We can actually see that in your face, John. So it's really remarkable. Thank you very much for sharing that experience with us. So,
Yeah, thank you.
final question is that, like, if you could sum up a few things, three or four or few key things, specific advices or suggestions to all the members, everyone who's watching, who are taking the CIMA SCS as a challenge ahead, what would those advices be? What would like to share?
Okay, I think the first one would be, and we spoke about it earlier, emphasis on mock practice.
Right.
I think mock practice will help each one of you guys a lot. And if you can just practice as many mocks as possible until the exam date, I think it will also build up a whole lot of confidence for you. And then secondly, I'd say just apply yourself. So you apply yourself with by thinking outside the box. So you consider yourself um, in the position of visit finance manager, and you just think you're in that position, and you also just apply yourself in different rates. Even as you take on the mocks, you see yourself or your ability to gain marks is based on the quality of the answers that you put out. So if you just open your mind and apply yourself to the case study and the questions that are being raised, I think you gain a lot of confidence from that. And then lastly, I think this one will work well on the exam date. And as you walk into that exam room, you just be calm and keep your cool. I think everything will just go as planned with adequate preparation, that is.
That's
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Thank you. I'm gonna apply that to my life as well, John. Keep cool and be calm always.
Hi, Azman. I have a question for John.
Please, Kanishta, go ahead.
Hi, John. First of all, congratulations and thanks for joining with us.
Thank
So
you.
my question is like, after attempting mocks and what did you do extra? Like, what do you think we need to do extra if we are not confident enough with the mocks and our performance in the mocks? What we need to do extra?
Okay. So if you've attempted mocks and you're not comfortable enough, I think what I liked to do personally was to just go back to the answers, find out where exactly you're not doing well. And probably Azman would have given you feedback on that. Just see how you're applying that feedback that you received back. So it's just a matter of you finding out where exactly you're missing something. And if it's the theory part, there's no harm in you going back to the theory and just recite through it and be comfortable with that area.
So I think that's an important point. As in, sometimes when you do mocks and the performance falls short, you're expecting 60 or 70, and then it falls short. Sometimes what happens is that you're beating yourself up. You're saying, right, I'm not at that mark. So sometimes I feel like we take it negatively, and we tell ourselves that we're not doing well enough, when what we should actually be doing is, as John said, to actually put in some work instead of the negative thoughts and the worry, but just put in some work of going back to the model, looking through the feedback, and just addressing the root causes of wherever we are falling short. So that's very interesting, John and Kanishta, both. Thank you.
It's never easy. The exam week, I've been there, and you get a lot of mixed feelings and emotions all over the place. And you're always anxious like that until the exam day. So I think just getting your head around it, and sometimes you just ease out a little bit and just relax and think about your mocks and just run through last minute touches. Everything should be able to fit in well into.
Yeah, John. So this is just something that just came to my mind. Now let's say you wake up on a given day, right? Not exam day, maybe a day before, and you had all these plans for the day, and you the day before you thought that tomorrow is going to be a great day, but then you wake up and you don't really have that feeling. It's a little gloomy in your head, but you've got these tasks to tick off, and you need to get yourself going, and you need to get these things done. You need to go back to the mock, do a little bit of reading, a little bit of theory. So so how do you deal with that sort of thing? You said getting your head wrapped around that environment or that situation. So how is your experience? How do you deal with that kind of challenge? How do you make a bad day a good one?
It's not an easy task, Azman. I think sometimes you just need to relax. There are times when you feel you do know something, but being an exam scenario, there's always something that you're not going to be sure about in your head. And I think it's just a matter of keeping your cool. And if you need clarification, there's no harm in going back and just have a look at the model, just get comfortable with it. Yeah.
And reach out to me also.
Yes, you can reach out to Azman, which is important, because I think if there's one thing that I really liked about you also, Azman, was your commitment to each and every one of your students. I think you remained there and provided support until very last moment, which is very good to see.
Thank you so much, John. And yeah, I think everybody has a dream, and everybody considers completing CIMA as a milestone, as an important milestone that gets you closer to that dream. So for me, it's a big thing that I'm able to, people trust me with that, with that journey. So that's the motivation, and we all keep giving our best. Ernest, please go on.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Ernest.
Sorry, Azman. Yeah, working from home. There's people talking in the background here.
No
Hi,
problem.
John.
Ernest Kamang, how are you?
I'm all right, my guy. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Azman, this is a very good friend of mine.
Brilliant. All right.
Yeah. Azman, yeah, you may wish to know that we come a long way with John. I mean, we worked together at video. We actually started working back in 2016, I think. We worked together, rose through the ranks, and though we've parted ways, I mean, John has been a person who's been quite instrumental to actually wanting me to venture and do CIMA. So the path that he just took you through is exactly what I'm in right now. So the Zika route, the CA route, and now the CIMA, thanks to John. Nevertheless, I still have a question for him. And
Please.
John, looking at the amount of time that we have towards the exam, we only have about, I would say, roughly 5 to 6 days for a person like me who's writing the exams on a Friday. What would your advice be? Would you consider someone to go through additional mocks? Would you look at something to do with theory? What would your approach be had you been writing the exams on Friday? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Interesting question there. So you have, what is it, 6 days until the exam, somewhere there. Well, if you try to do a mock will only take you, 3 hours of a day. I think it should be enough for you to even try at least even 2 or even 3 mocks. You can fit in 2 or 3 mocks in this time. And that's just me being optimistic. But then you can also then try to sharpen your mind on other theoretical areas that you may not be really comfortable with. Yeah, but I think if you can practice as many mocks as possible, that's a plus for you. You're not wasting your time. Even I know there are 3 hours of your time, but if you can just put in that extra 3 hours for a mock, I'm sure it will help you gain confidence to another level, and that's a plus. You won't lose that.
Sure thing, John. Sure thing. Thank you so much for your answer. I'll take you out for a beer after the exam. That'll be on a Friday.
Just catching up, old buddies, ACMAs.
Yeah.
John, you've made the session very lively and very, very, I call it light. You brought light to the session. So thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you taking the time. So John, what is next for you? Are you getting married or something?
Oh yes, I'm actually planning a wedding.
Brilliant. So
I should be wedding by November this year. We've not set the actual date, but it's getting there.
such a lucky girl that must be there. Or is it the other way around?
I hope it's both ways.
It is. It will be. And may God bless you both, John. Heartfelt congratulations from me and all the members here. So that's like another beautiful news. So
thank you, Azman.
Wishes for a long and happy journey, both of you together. Thank you very much, John.
I would just like to wish each and every one that will be writing exams in the coming week all the best. And if we're here today having this session, I'm pretty sure you're already somewhere there and you're ready for the exam, and you should be able to do well. Just trust yourself, and like Azman said, keep applying yourself, keep cool, and stay calm.
And our wishes to your family, to your loved ones, to your to-be, a wonderful journey to the both of you. Good luck, all the best, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Azman. Thank you for having me, and all the best to everyone again. Thank you.